Hey everyone, and welcome back. I am so thrilled to be your guide today as we tackle what is a core and frankly a totally fascinating topic in your CMA journey. We're looking at Section F, Technology and Analytics. Now, as a teacher who has walked so many students through this exact syllabus, I know exactly where the pitfalls are, and my absolute top priority today is to give you everything you need to feel totally confident. In this explainer, we're going to demystify Enterprise Performance Management Systems, or EPM for short. Now, I know enterprise performance management can sound like a mouthful of generic corporate buzzwords, but I promise you, once you see how it actually connects raw, on-the-ground data to high-level strategy, it becomes incredibly intuitive. By the time we finish up here, you are going to be perfectly positioned to secure some really easy points on your exam. Okay, let's dive right into this.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. The ERP versus EPM trap. 2. The 4 pillars of EPM. 3. EPM in action. And 4. How the IMA actually tests EPM.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the ERP versus EPM trap. Bring this topic up to any group of CMA candidates, and you will immediately see the absolute most common pitfall: confusing an EPM system with an ERP system, or Enterprise Resource Planning System. The IMA loves to test this distinction, and honestly, confusing these two on exam day is a guaranteed way to lose easy points. And we definitely do not want that. So to clear this up once and for all, I want you to think of this as the backbone versus the brain. Your ERP system, that's the backbone of the company. It handles the day-to-day transactional operations. We're talking about things like issuing invoices, processing the payroll, tracking raw material inventory, basically the essential, routine tasks that keep the lights on. Your EPM system, on the other hand, is the management brain sitting right on top of that backbone. It takes all of that raw transactional data generated by the ERP and actually uses it to plan, measure, analyze, and report on the overall business strategy. To put it simply, the ERP acts while the EPM thinks and strategizes.
Moving right along to Section 2, the 4 pillars of EPM. It's super crucial to understand that the Institute of Management Accountants doesn't just want you to memorize some textbook definition here. They want you to know how EPM actually connects corporate strategy to operational execution on the ground. You see, an end-to-end EPM suite isn't just static software. It handles 4 main functions in a continuous, dynamic loop. It's a cycle of setting goals, gathering the results, analyzing the variances, and measuring performance to inform the next round of planning. Let's break down each of these steps so you can see exactly how they function together in the real world. Step 1 is strategic planning and budgeting. This is where the EPM system really allows finance teams to look ahead. Instead of just relying on those old-school static annual budgets, modern EPM systems let you build dynamic, rolling forecasts. You can set long-term goals, and, this is incredibly important, it allows teams to run rapid what-if scenario models across global operations. Basically, you can instantly see the impact of a potential market shift before it even happens. It's a total game changer.
Step 2 is financial consolidation and closing. Now, for any of you who have worked in accounting for a company with multiple subsidiaries, you know what an absolute nightmare the month-end close can be, right? Well, EPM systems step in right here to gather all that subsidiary data automatically. They translate foreign currencies, handle those highly complex intercompany eliminations, and close the books incredibly quickly. Honestly, the massive time-saving benefits here cannot be overstated when you're dealing with complex, multi-entity accounting results.
Let's move to Steps 3 and 4 and see how this all builds together. Step 3 is reporting and analytics. This is where the EPM system visualizes the data for you. It generates really clean management dashboards, conducts detailed variance analysis, and even helps prepare external financial statements. Then, Step 4 brings the whole shebang home with performance measurement. It takes all that processed data and tracks key performance indicators, or KPIs, against the strategic goals we set all the way back in Step 1. Often, you're going to see this done using frameworks you're probably already familiar with, like the balanced scorecard. It tells management exactly how well the execution is matching up with the overarching strategy.
Okay, now here is your golden rule. If you take away just one sentence from this explainer today to carry into your exam, please let it be this. ERP records what happened, EPM evaluates why it happened, and predicts what should happen next. Write that down, highlight it, star it, memorize it. It is a massive CMA exam tip that perfectly encapsulates the fundamental difference between the two systems.
All right, on to Section 3, EPM in action, the CFO scenario.
Theory is great, but as an experienced teacher, I know that to really make this stick for exam day, we need a practical example. We need to make it real. So I'm going to put you directly in the hot seat. Imagine you are the CFO of a national retail brand. Out of nowhere, you are facing a sudden 5% increase in supply chain costs. Boom! It's an unexpected shock to the system. Now, as the CFO, it is your job to rapidly assess exactly how this cost jump is going to impact overall profitability, and you need to figure it out fast.
Let's see how you would actually handle this crisis using a legacy process versus a modern integrated EPM system. Under a legacy or manual process, your primary data source is what? 50 disconnected spreadsheets sent out to regional managers? By the time you get them back, formulas are broken and the data's already outdated. Your budget cycle takes weeks, sometimes months. Scenario planning is painfully slow and highly error-prone. And consolidation requires manual intercompany adjustments. You simply can't easily see how that 5% supply chain increase impacts your bottom line in any meaningful time frame. But under an integrated EPM system, all your regional data feeds into a single centralized database, a single source of truth. Your budget cycle operates in real time or just a matter of days. So when that supply chain cost jumps by 5%, your EPM allows for instant what-if simulations. It instantly updates revenue forecasts, it flags exactly which stores are going to fall short of their margin targets, and it uses automated rules to consolidate the data on the fly. It literally alerts management to adjust pricing before the quarter even ends, unlike those 50 broken spreadsheets. And folks, that is the true power of EPM in action.
Finally, Section 4, how the IMA tests EPM. Okay, time to shift gears into full exam hacker mode. Here is my ultimate teacher's cheat sheet for the 3 specific testing angles you need to look out for on the exam, just so nothing catches you off guard. First up is integration. The exam will definitely test whether you realize that an EPM system is only ever as good as the data it receives. It relies heavily on clean data from underlying operational systems like your ERP, your Customer Relationship Management System or CRM, and your Supply Chain Management System or SCM. Second is agility and rolling forecasts. The exam absolutely loves to contrast traditional methods with modern EPM agility. Look out for questions that pit traditional, rigid, static budgets against the dynamic, continuous cloud forecasting that an EPM enables. And third is management alignment. Remember, EPM isn't just a piece of software for accountants hidden away in the back office. It's a vital tool that links individual departmental goals directly to high-level strategic priorities, keeping the entire organization totally aligned.
So, to provide a really concise wrap-up of everything we've covered today, remember that your ERP system runs the business, handling all those day-to-day transactions. But your EPM system, it manages and directs the business. It integrates budgeting, consolidation, reporting, and KPI analysis into one continuous, beautiful loop of actionable insights. Ultimately, EPM gives management the tools they need to pivot quickly and effectively when actual results start to diverge from those carefully laid plans.
I want to leave you with a bit of a provocative thought as you continue your studies. As a future CMA professional, you really have to ask yourself, are you going to be satisfied with systems that just record the past? Or will you champion the use of EPM to actively predict and shape the future of your organization? The choice and the strategy is absolutely yours to master. Keep practicing. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy studying.